Breaking news again, we're going to lose our electricity and communications. According to research recently, the sunspots are getting worse, which I've been saying for the last year or two on my videos, and that we can't trust the scientists. And I say that because they're using this as an excuse to cut our communications when the time comes, and they're going to use that as a way of stopping us from banding together when the elites are doing their little plan. If you don't know what I'm on about, do some research into that. But the thing is, they keep saying, oh, we're going to lose satellites, which means you guys ain't going to be able to chat to each other and formulate a plan. The funny thing is, we've had the technology for over 50 years to stop EMPs, electrical magnetic pulses, from solar flares. So they're fully aware of how to block this. In other words, the communication is not going to go down unless they pull a switch deliberately. Prize numpty goes to this person here who says that my images that I knocked up on a computer software called Midjourney, as you can see there's loads of other ones all on the same thing, as you see there, takes me a few seconds to do on Midjourney, as you see, you know, pyramids and whatever. But this person's basically trying to say that this image here that I showed before, where I was saying to people, don't trust these type of images because they're made on, more than likely, on a computer. This person's basically saying, no, these images are not made on a computer, and that, let's be honest, this person's probably trying to say that it's a religious thing and that the gods are going to be coming back, etc, etc. So prize numpty goes to this person, because I did actually show that it was done on computer, and as you see, it's all done on Midjourney. So prize numpty award, well done. New archaeological find in Malta. They have found a quarry. Now this is interesting because they're saying it dates back to around 4000 BC, which is quite old. However, they don't actually know the correct date. They're just guessing. Now this is interesting because Malta actually has an elongated skull, which you can find out more about on my Patreon page if you're interested. It's the video called Egypt's Elongated Skulls, but I do show a bit about the Malta skull. And also Malta had stories of a giant, at least one, possibly two, one that would build 2 temples or 2 buildings, and this is the actual building that's left from giants. So why is a quarry so important? Well, at least 4,000 years ago, who would want to have moved massive blocks? That's the question. Was it giants? Was it Anunnaki? Was it humans? News from Mars. NASA's rover Perseverance and the Chinese Zhangong rover both agree now that there was water and rivers, flowing rivers, as little as 400,000 years ago. Now my dates work out to be approximately 90 to 100,000 years ago. Now you could say, well, why listen to you when you could listen to NASA and mainstream? Because when you watch my videos and I give dates, and then later on mainstream come out and admit that my dates are actually correct, then that's why you should watch me. But interestingly, the place that's called Mars in the ancient times, when the Anunnaki were on there, called the Ajiji, it was actually called Lahamu. And I actually go through on my Patreon page, as you see here, this is a translation, I'm talking about the creatures on Mars. Yes, there were animals on Mars, and I do a 22-minute documentary on my Patreon page called Alien Life on Mars. So if you actually want to learn stuff, do aliens kiss? Well, not many species on Earth actually kiss. So let's see whether or not aliens do. So the oldest record we've got of us kissing, male and female, is approximately 4,500 years ago. Now, of course, mainstream won't tell you that this is possibly older than that, because it would ruin the whole timeline, and then they'd have to admit that the aliens that do kiss were the Anunnaki, the ones that created humans. Watch my videos if you don't know what I'm on about. Us little humans down here. Now, did the Anunnaki kiss, male and female? Yes, they did. We've got translations here from their ancient texts, first ever language, that the Anunnaki kissed. Enki kissed his half-sister, and his half-sister then kissed her half-brother, Enlil. You can probably read some of the comments here. They weren't shy about what they was actually talking about. So they do kiss on the lips, as you see there.